I'm Bob Windover. My friend Jay was watching his little grandson Jake kind of struggle over a decision. And after a minute or so, Jake's mother Tina said, "Well, don't be a flat rabbit." Now, when Jay asked about the origin of this phrase, Tina explained that rabbits start to cross the road, and they hesitate. And then they start running back in the opposite direction from where they started, just in time to be run over by a car. And the same thing can be said about squirrels and cats and armadillos and even the occasional human. So how about you? Are you a flat rabbit? We all succumb to indecision from time to time when we overthink problems and obsess about unknowable outcomes or thrash back and forth out of fear that we'll make a mistake. And as a result, we lose out on opportunities and appear to be indecisive to those around us. Now, if you do this enough and it becomes a habit, it can become a really bad habit over time. Now, I'm not arguing that we have to be absolutely decisive in every situation. But that said, the best decision makers I've interviewed generally display an air of decisiveness and confidence that most people wish they really possessed. These decision makers use their intuition and their sense of clarity to go with what feels right. The decision doesn't always work out, but pretty much all of these individuals will tell you that it's better to take action with a 90% chance of being right than waiting till everything feels perfect and finding out that the opportunity has been lost. So, how do you go about becoming more decisive? Well, in reflecting on the interviews that I've conducted, two patterns have emerged. First, these individuals have developed the discipline and stop and consider the factors involved when confronted with a decision, especially one that requires quick action. When a couple of coworkers lean into your workstation, for instance, and say, "Hey, come to lunch, come on, we're going to take a time out." Okay, your first impulse might be to say, "Oh, okay." But the people I've interviewed are more likely to stop and think ahead to the afternoon's commitment and the fact that a juicy sandwich will probably have an impact on their productivity. Now, in addition to resisting impulsive decisions, the best decision makers rely more on their intuition as well. While we all possess an intuition, the best decision makers have honed theirs into a tool upon which they depend. Intuition is not just something that evolves. It is a tool that can be consciously developed. It's so important, in fact, that we spend an entire module on developing intuition during my online course, Make Your Best Decisions Now. Becoming more decisive begins with defining personal priorities. Simply asking how important is this decision will compel you to determine the amount of time and energy you should be devoting to the issue. So, the next time you find yourself kind of struggling over a decision, stop and ask yourself, am I behaving like a flat rabbit?